like Canada, and now we've seen him attack our country, and I don't want our king to be put in such an embarrassing situation.
Police say Rihanna was inside but not injured when someone fired 7 shots at her mansion in Beverly Hills. This woman lives nearby.
Well, I was just washing dishes in my house and I heard shots. I was a little shocked. You know, we don't hear that kind of thing in this neighborhood.
The 30-year-old woman is in custody. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at jtv.com.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with American.
When it comes to your child's health,
you want care that's close, convenient,
and centered around the needs of your family.
At MMC Pediatrics, we're more than just doctors.
We're partners in your parenting journey.
Here for every growth spurt,
for every boo-boo,
every fever, and every flu.
Our team approach means that your child always sees someone that knows them.
We are MMC Pediatrics.
We are right beside you.
Every step of the way.
We're the Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, audio and video streaming at WGNSradio.com. This is the Roundtable. A look at the news, views, politics, and people that are shaping Rutherford County.
Welcome into the Roundtable. I'm Andy Herzer, founder and executive director of First Shot. In today, head coach of men's tennis, Jimmy, I'm going to mess your name up. Borendame.
It looks a lot scarier than it is. Borendame, yep.
So I had to practice that off air so everybody can laugh. A guy that stuttered, WGNS figured a way to let him come in and talk so he doesn't stutter anymore. But Jimmy, we're kind of talking off air. Tennis in the USA. Talk about it and how it impacts your program here locally.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it. Yeah, we were just talking about tennis and how, U.S. right now, we've got some guys, but it's not quite like what it was, when we were. But, there are amazing, grassroots programs throughout the U.S., but I mean, I hate to say it, our youth are pulled in so many different directions athletically. I mean, and I hate to say it, but some of the best athletes get picked off and go to some of the big boy sports, here in Tennessee. I have to say it, but young guys get picked off for basketball and football pretty quick.
I would say more football than basketball, since I'm a basketball guy. Yeah. I can't remember the last time we had a Power 4 guy come out of Rutherford County. It's been a long, long time.
Really?
Yeah, but I can tell you there's been hundreds playing football at a Power 4 conference. So, yeah, I think they get pulled in a lot of different ways. But how do we locally change that?
Well, I mean, I tried to help that in a roundabout way. In 2015, I was part of the team that raised the $6.2 million for our Adams Tennis Complex, which is a 8-court indoor facility, beautiful. 24 outdoor courts, which was already built within the city in order to help our youth. And I remember one point, talking about it when I was trying to raise the money, like, hey, we need a place for our young people to play indoor tennis. And so that was a piece, but there's actually a really cool thing, and a lot of people don't know about it, that's just opened up off 840. and it's this beautiful this billionaire moved to the area, and he's building what's called Farm and Forge. And actually, you need to go check it out. This guy is basically building an IMG off of 840 in College Grove. They've built 36 tennis courts, a massive sports performance center, and they're getting ready to start to build dorms to add football and soccer, and then they want to branch into other sports, hopefully basketball.
Well, you know, a lot of those have creeped up all over the country. IMG was the model. Now you got a lot that rival it, and it's amazing. When I was coaching, the prep schools were all basically up in the Northeast. We had none in the South but IMG.
Yeah.
And it was just mainly tennis.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think this guy's figured out, like, hey, you know, how many people they say are per day are moving in the Nashville area? Is it still 100 or so per day, they're saying? And I mean, people want to live here. The quality of life is high, and we don't have some things like this. So this guy's passion is tennis. But then he's figuring it out once he's going to get these dorms going, and and you need to check it out. It's called Farm and Forge.
No, you and I need to go check it out together. You already got an in.
Oh,
I already know
I've already been 3 times. I've brought my team over there last week,
So how will that help you here by having that facility?
It's already. I mean, they brought a guy in, a racket technician / customization guy that was Andre Agassi's personal stringer, and this guy and his wife moved here from New York. They sold their tennis business from New York City, and the coaching staff over there, Tennis Sangren, his name, he was top 20 in the world, represents Nashville, played in Wimbledon and everything, and he's coaching there. I mean, the guy's just not picking, you know, Johnny off the street to coach and work there. I mean, he's picking the top guys.
So the impact then, will it be international?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, the crew they've got over there is going to be big. And then you know, unfortunately, there's not a lot over there by the College Grove. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, was it Nolensville? And I was talking, they're bringing an international tennis tournament coming up the first week of April. And so that's going to be huge for me to go recruit, and I can just drive down the street and then go check it out.
So when you look at what's happening, one guy can change the whole local dynamics for you.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, that area over there, I mean, is just welcoming money into our community with the Troubadour and the Grove and those things, and now this. And so, yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I mean, and you know, it's not just going to impact tennis. I already met with Coach Derek Mason, and I said, hey, you know, you need to go over there and you need to meet with a couple of these guys over here, because, I mean, this is coming, and relationships is where it's at. So, you know,
still with it all boils down to a relationship, doesn't it, Coach?
I mean, that's where I'm at. You know, but in the college athletics world, you know, it's being numbed down a little bit with the transfer portal and NIL and things like that. But I mean, it's the reason I'm in it. So I hope it's, you know, the main theme.
Well, let's look at your program. I can't remember. I mean, Dale Short and his wife, wonderful people. They're just the salt of the earth.
They are.
And they helped me through a divorce by helping watch my kids a lot. They're a special family to me. But you've taken it to the next level, Jimmy. How have you done that, and how are you sustaining it?
Well, first of all, like you said, I mean, Dale and Ava, and even in Coach Buck Bolden before Coach Dale, like, laid the foundation for this place. You know, then just piece by piece, I've tried to become an architect and put the pieces together that are needed to have a great program, which it all started in 2015 with building an indoor tennis complex, with support from the community and have a place to play. And then in 2024, we just built the outdoor tennis complex on campus, an $8.8 million facility. And what is it? Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come, so to speak. I'm a baseball guy, by the way, just so you.
Probably a Cubbies fan.
100%
Mr. Chicago, I'm going to call you from now on.
Yes, yes, sir. That, and then I learned very early when I became a head coach that tennis is not that revenue sport. And so you've got to get the community involved. And so I do clinics for the Murfreesboro city schools that are massive, 250 kids. It's like herding cats. But I mean, and it's just grown and grown and grown.
Well, again, I think what people don't understand, revenue is a misnomer in college sports. There's very few that are really generating money, Jimmy. Yeah. So I hate that the titles that we've given sports, non-revenue, Olympic, whatever you want to call it. You still have guys getting up 5 o'clock in the morning to go run, to get in shape. They're paying the same price.
Yeah, I mean, we put in work just like all the other sports do, and yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, we don't sell tickets, and I know that I am a luxury. My job, I am grateful and appreciative that I get to wake up and I get to coach tennis. I mean, 10 guys, and school supports me left and right at Middle Tennessee, Dr. McPhee, Chris Massaro, Lee DeLeon. And, I just want to make sure that we give back to the community, and our guys that they represent the school, and we're not just, we're not just going to take advantage of the fact that, we get all these resources.
So here's what I hear. You hit nerves every time you kind of come out, because you don't want to say it yourself, but you're not a taker, you're a giver. You're going to give back to the community. And, this community is, I think, one of the most giving places. I mean, they've taken a fired assistant coach and allowed him for 23 years to run a nonprofit, right? And for that, I'm grateful too. But let's, again, how you have sustained it is through recruiting. So talk about when you're going to see a player, what is it that draws you to him? What makes you commit to them?
Yeah, I mean, actually, so I don't know, we run into each other at like coffee shops usually, because you're working relationships and I'm working relationships, but I learned the heart of what I do and what I've gotten into from two coaches at Middle Tennessee, Kermit Davis, men's basketball coach, and Whit Turnbow, men's golf. Okay, and both these guys are huge relationship guys, and I sat down with both of them when I first got here, and I realized like I've got to kind of figure out my identity, and I know Kermit was talking to me about guys, and Whit was talking to me about guys, and Kermit was the one that I really figured out that you need to have guys that fit you. Right, and that it's not always the best guy player that you can find, but it's the one that's going to fit in your school and your system and things like that. And so, I boiled it down to you got to be a good kid, number one, because I spend more time with my players than I do my wife and my kids, and I don't want to be around a bad kid. Being coachable, because I coach pretty tough, and they think they know it all, some of them. And then the last one is that I've got to see things that they can get better. There's got to be we can't be at the ceiling already. And those three, that's it. Kermit, Whit, coaching Chicago, Mr. Chicago, as you said.
Here's what I'll say is that but you've done it with a balance, being out in the community with your team. Talk about how tennis works. I mean, you guys are always so highly ranked. So let's talk about that. How do you get there, and how do you sustain that?
Yeah. So the recruiting piece is obviously huge, but it's a multifaceted thing, right? It's word of mouth, but at the end of the day, if you're a coach and your kids aren't getting better, right, it usually shows up. I mean, because you can bring in talent and whatnot, and you can just like roll the balls out, kind of, so to speak. But if others, coaches and players aren't seeing like a rise in guys' ability when they go home and they come back and they're like, oh, that guy's the same or he's worse. It's just a major player in the game, and so we have, in my opinion, we are a developmental program, at all facets. I tell everybody, I tell the parents, I'm like, your son right now is a older boy, and when I spit him out, he's going to be a young man. And it starts with character development and being professional in everything we do, like being on time and going to class. I mean, I will get all up in you if you don't have A's and B's. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just the model. I don't really think it's really difficult. It's really quite simple. Get kids better, teach them how to be men, and you keep pushing the grades.
Well, you say all that, but how many, I guess, tennis programs that aren't Power 4 doing the same model that you're doing? Or are they just rolling it out, Jimmy?
Yeah, I guess that's the part where we're really lucky. Like, if you look at the national rankings, like yesterday, I hate to say it, and I'm opening up a sore wound. We lost 4-3 to Pepperdine at home. And we were winning. I mean, we had them like I was ready to stick the fork in them. We were up 4-0 in the third set in the last match. And unless you're one of these super sexy like San Diego Pepperdines, Florida Atlantics, with the beach there, okay, I call them the beach destinations. We are the only blue blood, mid-major school, which I hate, that is not a Power 4 team and is not on the beach. And then I also kind of pull out the Harvards and the Princetons, even though we just smacked them last week. I mean, we are the location that you go to if you want to get better. And unfortunately, we don't have the beach, but we've got a great tennis program, a solid school, and you get to come play here in front of 200 plus fans. I mean, we got great community that comes out to the matches. I mean, it's just a great place to play tennis and go to school.
So when you look at it, that number just kind of blows me away, because I've been in that facility. Where do 200 people sit?
Oh, I mean, it was, yeah. I mean, the Adams Tennis Complex, actually, the fire marshal came and he put a limit on how many I can have upstairs in the mezzanine. It's like 450. There's a sign when you walk in. And so I started putting seats on the side on the extra. There's 8 courts, and we only play with 6. My brand new outdoor tennis complex has a capacity of 250. And I mean,
gorgeous.
It's awesome. I mean, we had a great crowd on yesterday, even though the weather was crap, and people were coming out. But I'm like the Don King of college tennis without the hair. I love doing things to get people to come to the matches. First of all matches are free, but I installed a food truck 50-watt amp plug at my outdoor court, so the food trucks can pull up, plug their thing up, and we don't have to listen to the generator. My friends from Cedar Glade Brewery are Jonathan Harmon and Brian Dale. They come and they sell beer, as well as Jeff Nebel from the Boulevard. And we do free clinics for the kids before the matches. We have ball kids at the matches. We give out T-shirts, and we play Friday nights at 5 usually. So it's like, all right, Basketball plays on Thursday and Saturday. I'm not going to get in their way. I mean, they're the show. And so come out on Friday and night, come watch a match, grab a beer, grab a food truck, watch us play a good team, because we don't play Panera Bread State and Sister of the Blind and Deaf. And
talk about your scheduling. Why would I? Because I used to be in charge of scheduling.
Yeah.
And it's hard at this level. Why would someone want to play a Power 4 caliber team, want to play Middle Tennessee State? Well, convince me. I'm at Alabama. Why would I want to play you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a good thing these other tennis coaches aren't listening, but I mean, we are nasty here in Murfreesboro. Yesterday was our first loss at home this season. We're 9-1 at home. In the past 3 years, we've only lost 3 matches now at home. We lost I can name them all, Durst mate. Don't worry.
Pepperdine, I just heard.
Pepperdine was just yesterday. Last year, we lost to USF, who was top 25. And the year before, we lost to Oklahoma, who was top 10. And so that's it. And so, like, I don't tell them those stats, so pretend you didn't hear that. But we are constantly in the NCAA tournament. We've won the conference 6 years in a row. We're consistently ranked in the top 30 in the country. And I'm willing to play home and away. So, like, I will go to them, and then I get them to come to me on the back end, and I kind of fool them a little bit by saying, hey, I'll come to you first. And then, they get all excited. But then they forget about this back end deal where I have them come back to my place. And so, we do a really good job. Our fans are not, like, out of control. We do it right, and if a coach is, really wants to be tested, then hey, they bring them to Murfreesboro.
So you look at your crowd etiquette. I've always, I've sat in a tennis stands up at Cincinnati.
Oh yeah.
There's a different there's a different etiquette.
That's the part.
How do you get a bunch of us idiots not to be the same idiots that are at the football and basketball games?
Yeah, that's the thing. In college tennis, you can be wild, loud. You don't have to be quiet. It's not like a normal tennis match.
Okay.
The only thing you're not allowed to do is berate the player and make it personal. So that's it. I mean, and so once I get somebody to come to a match and they're like, okay, wait a second, it's free. All right, my kid's down there having fun at the clinic before. All right, we got a free t-shirt. Jimmy's usually giving away something else free, and there's a food truck so we can go get something. And hey, they win a lot. And, I mean, we were supposed to play Alabama a few weeks ago at home, and I was rallying the team, and the match got canceled. But, I mean, they're coming to town next year. We're opening this season with Alabama at home on Friday night at 5. I mean, the place is going to be packed.
So talk about your season. When you have 2 seasons. Kind of.
Tennis is so messed up. College tennis, I need to be the commissioner and change this thing around. But the fall is just kind of like a preseason. It's very individual. But to be honest, I use it to really kind of ingrain my culture and work the work them down to the bone, and really break them down in the fall. And then in the spring, it's school versus school. It's Alabama versus Middle Tennessee. It's Pepperdine versus Middle Tennessee. And then, it's win-losses. And then, we try to climb up the rankings and get some great seeding for the NCAA tournament, try to win another conference title. Really, but, all that, just focus on the process, which is get a little bit better every day. Today's an off day and for us, and I'll be hitting the film and breaking it down and looking for analytics and seeing if I can find some little nugget that maybe helps a guy get a little bit better.
So when you're looking at a film and breaking it down, I mean, tennis is a team sport, but it's also very individual. Right? Even when you're playing doubles, it's individual skill levels.
It is.
And I want to talk about doubles after this, but what are you looking specifically for?
Yeah, I mean, like today, when I break it down, like I need to look at a couple things as far as I'm very old school in that regard. Like I like guys to come forward to the net, which is very aggressive, and risky. I'm a big what's strange, I'm a very conservative guy, but I'm very aggressive with my coaching style. If you were to watch my team play and then watch the other team play, like especially in doubles, since you brought up doubles, I'm old school. We're going to the net. We're getting ourselves up there. If you watch the other teams, they're sitting at the baseline and run around and whatever. And so my double system has been very successful over the years. We say in college tennis that doubles is coaching, singles is recruiting. Because the talent, that's what they typically say. And I like to look at analytics. Tennis is a little slow to get into it versus baseball, and I think basketball too. How many you're supposed to shoot the three, constantly hit the three and all that and whatnot. And I follow a little bit, but in tennis, we look at different trends and patterns and how the pros are, or what the pros are doing, and try to see how we can emulate.
So when you say that, give us a specific analytic that you're going to look at today.
Sure. The average guy coming to the net should win 67% of the points. So if I come to the net, I should be winning. On the pro circuit, they win 2 out of 3 every time they come to the net, which is pretty good. And so I'll go and look at some of our stuff and figure out, all right, if we're coming to the net and we're only winning 50%, like why are we only winning 50%? What did we do wrong? Are we not taking a mental inventory of figuring out that, all right, I've come in on Andy's forehand 5 times and he's passed me, 5 for 5. So then why do I keep going to that well? Why wouldn't I go over to Andy Herzer's backhand, which I heard is busted?
Weak.
It's broken.
It's weak.
And so, so teaching guys to take some mental notes. Sometimes tennis players are very egotistical and they're like, I'm going to play my way. Instead of, hey, it's a combination of what do you do well, but also looking across the net and say, oh, all right, just because you really like hitting into that corner, but that's Andy's best corner. Get Andy going to his left. It's the same thing in basketball. You got to know what the guy's favorite is and have a little bit of that in the back of your mind. We can't be playing freaking checkers. We're playing chess.
It's amazing to me. Over the years, we would call them mental midgets, and they just can't, for the life of them. You just said one of your qualities, they got to be humble and teachable. How many of them are politely defining? Yeah, coach, I got you. And then they go do their own thing, right?
I hate it when I'll be like, hey, I know, coach. No, hell no. You do not know, because you've made that mistake I don't know how many times. So check yourself, all right, and listen. Instead of always, there's always a chunk of them there. They got something to say. All right, hey, you know what? I'm being paid to give you some feedback here. Like, understand. And one of my things this year is I'm trying to get them to be constructive. All right. Like, all right, I've been coaching longer than you've been alive. Okay. So give me my 10 seconds to speak, and then process it. And then if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. But process it a little bit.
It's amazing to me. I spent 30 minutes talking to my cousin, Matt Painter, about his team. And everybody thought this team was going to be a great team. But it's his worst defensive team in 21 years at Purdue. And all these kids are really great kids. But they sure can't do that, come to the net the right way. Right? And it's the same in any sport. I think it's all how somebody approaches the game and how they are allowed to want to be coached. And you can tell the ones that want to be coached really quick, I would
the
imagine,
students,
Jimmy.
The students of the game. Yeah.
They want to get better.
Yeah, I mean that's the hardest part, though. Like, I don't know. I mean, we have these head coaches meetings every once a month, and then with the rest of the MTSU staff, and we're trying to figure out ways. But like, I've got to come up with some way to. How do you figure out in the recruiting process? It's so difficult. I mean, and we get these guys for just a snippet. I don't even bring my guys in on official visits. So I'm just taking word of mouth. We don't have the money to go flying all over the place and figure all these guys out. So I'm vetting them over the phone and trying to figure out, all right, is this kid going to listen to me or not? And from, a couple 10-minute, 15-minute phone calls when you're calling all over the world or all over the U.S., it's hard. I mean, and I know it's the same in basketball and all these other sports. We're trying to figure out what kind of character they have.
Well, it's amazing. We're going to take a quick break and be right back.
When it comes to your child's health,
you want care that's close, convenient,
and centered around the needs of your family.
At MMC Pediatrics, we're more than just doctors.
We're partners in your parenting journey.
Here for every growth spurt,
for every boo-boo,
every fever, and every flu.
Our team approach means that your child always sees someone that knows them.
We are MMC Pediatrics.
We are right beside you.
Every step of the way.
What's the location of your emergency? I think my kid OD'd.
Hi, I'm Craig Harris, the County Commissioner of Rutherford County. One of the reasons I ran for office is because I wanted to bring awareness to the opioid epidemic that's impacting our county. To stop providing this epidemic with people as we educate them. We have a lot to do, and we have to come together as a community because this problem's not going away.
This is Chip Walters, and I'm honored to be your 2024 MTAR Realtor of the Year. I'm with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, and like many of you, I've seen the real estate market shift and change. People often ask, Chip, what's really going on? Well, that's a great question, and I believe in answering with solid, factual data. So let's cut through some of the noise. I invite you to reach out. Let's have a conversation about your real estate goals and the current market trends in your neighborhood. You can find all my contact information at choosechip.net.
Insurance should be simple, not complicated. That's why at Rayburn Insurance, Agent Rick Hull cuts through the jargon and helps you understand your options clearly. He's committed to finding the right coverage that fits your unique needs and budget. Their team has been a trusted partner in the community since 1973. Ready to make insurance easy? Get with Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance Agency. He's ready to help you get the protection you deserve.
This is Good Neighbor Events with Bart Walker. Brought to you by the law offices of John Day and AmeriCare Pest Control.
This is a paid legal ad.
At the law offices of John Day, we take only real cases that make a real difference.
Dear John, I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done so much. I know you went over and beyond, and that's why I just think the world of you. Thank you. Robert K.
My pleasure, Robert. If you're ever injured, know that we are here for you too. Call the law offices of John Day for a free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless we win your case. Seriously injured? Call me, John Day.
Now, Good Neighbor Events. Here's Bart Walker.
The Rutherford County Historical Society's Show and Tell Dinner is on Monday, March the 18th. And it's open to members only. That's Monday, March the 18th at the Carriage Lane Inn. The tickets are $30 per person. Again, the Rutherford County Historical Society's Show and Tell Dinner, Monday, March the 18th at Carriage Lane Inn. Once again, this Wednesday is the deadline for members to make reservations. Now, don't forget the Red Cross Heroes Luncheon to honor John Floyd is Thursday, this Thursday, at MTSU's Student Union Ballroom. And the Knights of Columbus Fish Fry every Friday night this month from 4:30 until 7 in the evening at St. Rose of Lima Catholic Church. That's at 1601 North Tennessee Boulevard here in Murfreesboro. And this Saturday is the Daddy-Daughter Dance at the Patterson Community Center. It starts at 5 o'clock this Saturday night. Get with the Patterson Community Center for more information. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Rutherford weather.
A dense fog advisory continues until 10 a.m. today. Partly cloudy today with a chance for storms. High of 76. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on News Radio WGNS. Currently 58.
WGNS is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. If you've recently changed your phone number or email, make sure you update your details at MTE.com. It's the best way for MTE to reach you quickly with important outage updates.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
Welcome back into the Roundtable. I'm Andy Herzer, founder and executive director of First Shot. Jimmy, we again, the whole recruiting and the whole portal thing and balance of roster. Talk to us about that. And you know, everybody's losing players. No one keeps anybody anymore because there is no such thing as loyalty.
Yeah, I mean, that part is just wild. Like, I'm in middle for my 16th season. And I've thought, if you just like in basketball and all the other sports, there's turnover like crazy, and I don't know. I think I'm the third longest tenure at Middle Tennessee right now.
Probably.
But I mean, in college tennis, there's turnover in the coaching ranks quite a bit, and I keep thinking that all right, somebody's going to come along and like, you've been here. I'm gonna be, and right now I have one guy on my team that's been with me for all 4 years right now. But it happens, I'm not happy about that, but it is what it is. And I'm one of these non-philosophical guys that just says, hey, the rules are the rules, give them to me and let's go play. And I've got a little bit of hair left on my head. But when it's all gone or when I've had enough of it, then I'll get out of it. But until then, right now I still love it. I don't even think of my job as a job. I get to do this, and so right now I'm still in that spot. I have this yearning for something maybe a little bit bigger, where I can have a bigger impact on people and whatnot. But I'm trying to figure that out. But until then. Yeah, I try to find a balance of young freshmen, that I can bring in and develop because they're just going to get better, and then they come in kind of raw. Tennis players, a lot of them have play on a team environment, and then I balance them with a couple transfer portal guys, which I've been, knock on wood, I've been really, really successful at pulling kids off the portal, which. Listening to my colleagues, they have not been as successful, and I've just been pretty good at getting some ones that are good people. So, but it's an interesting balance of trying to figure that out.
So when you look at what do you think's the biggest difference? Because are you going to get a freshman that is ready to go, or are you really going to get a freshman you have to develop? And if you put 2 years into them, they're gone. And that.
Yeah.
That's just the way of life.
That's the hard part, right? I mean, like right now I've got, what do I have? I think I have 4 freshmen right now. And, I don't know. I mean, I've even got a couple now. These kids, they can transfer multiple times. So, to be honest, this week it's spring break on campus. And so, I mean, I'm sitting down with them. I'm just going to say, hey, what's going on? how you feeling about next year? Because like I need to know a little bit of something. I mean, if you're still not sure, or, hey, yeah, coach, I'm planning to be here, but I mean, I hate to say it, but their integrity is. I've had them tell me, no, I'm going to stay, and then May, whatever it is, pops up. Coach, I'm going in the portal. You know what? Okay, well, I mean, if you're really going to back out on your word, I mean, my program pillars are hard work, integrity, and respect. And if you're going to tell me one thing and then you're going to do something different, I mean, I really don't want you anyway, because I didn't either teach you about integrity or you just don't have it. So that's, but
so my question is this: who they getting pulled by? I mean, are they being pulled by their parents? Or are they being pulled by, for basketball, it's AAU coaches or whatever?
I mean, in tennis, I guess I haven't never been in their shoes. I have been in their shoes, I should say, because I was a student athlete. But I've never gone to them and said, "Hey, who's telling you this?" Or at the end of the day, I think it boils down to think the grass is a little greener. And it's just funny because, we look at a couple of the guys that we've lost. I mean, but one of them went to Miami. We smacked Miami last year. And, all right, he wants to go be in the sun. I mean, he doesn't want to train. I mean, he doesn't want to get better. And so we're 30 in the country and they're 68. Go ahead and sit there back behind me. I don't care. I mean, and so yeah, I've just said, I'm going to stick with our system. We're doing what we're doing. I know we're doing good things. Our kids are getting better. We've got a great place, and screw them.
Yeah, I mean, you look at all of this, Jimmy, and you're investing in a young guy to become a young man, and I can see it in your eyes. It's intense that this isn't just something that you talk about to get a kid, or it's who you are. So talk about that. Give us a little who Jimmy truly is, a little insight.
Yeah.
Why do those things matter to you?
I mean, my father brought me up, and he's just, you're going to do it the right way. That's, and then Jimmy, you said you were going to do this and you're going to do it. And it just comes from dad. It comes from mom, little Italian Sicilian lady that's like a spitfire of a 4'11". I mean, and, I think, I know I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher first, and you know what? If the hard part with all this is like, I love all my guys, and I'm having to really kind of take a step back and realize that like they don't all love you back, like you want to think that they do, but like I have to teach them that whether I have them for a year or 9 months or whatever it is, that I love them. The part with the portal, when they jump in the portal, like they don't love you back, and so like I wear my heart on my sleeve as a typical Sicilian does, and I've got to kind of shed that a little bit, and so like I still love them, but if I'm honest, I don't love them as I used to love them. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, I think I think all coaches have had to put a guard up, because we may have one guy transfer a year, not 5, 6, right? So how do you, again, I go back, I don't know how you build a program when you have 10 guys and you lose 5.
That's what happened last year.
I know.
I mean, I literally, I'll
here
never
you are,
forget.
30 again.
I'll never forget. It was 2015, and Chris Massaro brought me in his office, and I had 3 guys transferring. And you would have thought that like the world was crumbling. I mean, he was mad at me. He's looking at me like I'm doing stuff wrong, and I'm looking at him like, hey, like these are 3 ones that want to go. Like, I mean, and now, last year, 5 of them come in and say they want to transfer, and I'm like status quo. It's like, oh, all right, and it's just, but for me, personally, I mean, I was losing my mind. If you would have ran into me in May of 2025, after we just won the conference tournament, you would have thought, people were coming up to me, oh, hey, great job, coach. I'm like, great job. I mean, I just won with a bunch of guys that don't want to be here. Like, I'm doing something wrong. And it hit me hard.
Yeah, but I think that's where you have to change our mindset a little bit. It's I don't think kids are taught any more loyalty. I mean, now we just heard it from Brian Barrett, right? You can transfer in the state of Tennessee one time anywhere you want with no reason, just transfer.
Yeah.
So it's amongst how we're raising them. And I can tell you from my perspective, parents always think their kids are better than what they really are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where it's all going. I don't know. I hope there's some reform to this whole system and we kind of get back a little bit. I know Dabo Sweeney at Clemson threw something out there about like, hey, you can have 1 transfer, but like, I'm seeing these guys pop up in the portal and it's 3 transfers in 3 years. I mean, basketball play. How do you even graduate? Like, I mean, I know I will not be taking. Anybody that's once they've transferred once. Like, I'm not even going to give them a look. I mean, second time on the transfer portal. There's a little symbol on the transfer portal. It says multiple transfer. I mean, what in the world is going on with you?
I just said it to you off air. I always thought that transfers had baggage coming with them. Yeah. There's some reason, whether they didn't like being coached hard, they think they're better than what they really truly are.
Yeah, there's definitely some the character flaw there. So, obviously in tennis there was a big chunk from last year where they at least changed the roster limits on us. You were now only allowed to keep. SEC went down to 9. Some schools were giving limits to 8, and so you saw a chunk of guys last year that they had to get on because the coach was cutting them. The school was putting the limits on, and so that kind of changed the game a little bit. So that was a weird little thing. But now this year, it's already been in place. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this year. I mean,
when does the portal open for tennis, and when does it close?
It's 1 week after the NCAA announces the NCAA tournament. So it's like in the middle of the NCAA tournament, just like in football or whatever. And it's like, so you're getting ready to play your first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament, and I mean last year some of these. I'll keep my vocabulary to. Literally, we lose in the first round to Duke. All right, the number 17 team in the country. And as we're driving back, these clowns are posting in the van while I'm still driving them back home, going in the transfer portal, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you mean to tell me you can't give me the decency to like wait till we get back to campus and like
come face to face and say, hey, coach.
Oh, that part tells me the right there when they don't come to you face to face, which is just mind-blowing. What kind of raising was done with your kid? You're not going to go talk to him man to man and look him in the eye? You might as well leave my program. I don't want to.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Turn in your stuff and see you later.
Well, again, I look at it, and you said you've been very successful out of the portal. What are you, when you're looking at a guy that's in the portal, what are the things that you're looking for? Because in tennis, not a lot of likeness money, right?
Yeah.
So they're transferring not for the money like all the other sports. They're transferring for it.
Yeah.
They're all about the dollar.
Yeah.
Your kids aren't. So what are you looking for?
Some of them, my niche has been like taken from lower programs. A kid from Radford, okay, where a kid from UNC Asheville. All right. A kid
now you're talking about my alma mater.
And actually, pretty cool story. This kid Freddie Murray's from Ireland. He played number 1 for UNC Asheville. Puts himself in the portal. Says he wants to play at a stronger program. His rating and things weren't real high. Some wins, some losses, whatever. But he was playing a little extra on the side, playing some events. I'm like, all right, I like this kid. Irish, hardworking, a little bit of a blue blood. He's only got 1 year, so I'm like, I don't know if I can't really develop him. This kid his game has jumped so. Actually, we're gonna put some graphic out about it on the social media. How far this kid has jumped. This kid was eating a full friggin' pizza before every match. That's what he said. He said they'd eat can I get a Domino's large with pepperoni right before you play? How are you going to move on the tennis court? We've had to teach this kid every little thing. He wasn't eating lunch before practice. And so we can take this kid and we can, make some adjustments. Now the kid's leading. I think he's leading the team in wins. All right. He's also not playing number 1. He's playing number 5 for us. And the kid, we put him out there. He's a senior. He knows what he's doing. He's practicing every day. His coach. He literally told us his coach was on his phone the whole time at practice. The head coach. And so I'm like, all right, we can take this kid and we can make him better. And so, what has been a huge success story for us. I just wish I could have had him for more years. Wish I could have got this guy a couple years ago. And so that's kind of my niche as far as that goes. We don't really pull from the Power 4 hand-me-downs. We're looking for the kid that's like, all right, got a little chip on his shoulder and he's looking to kind of take things up a notch. And, we got great things here, as I've told you. I've even told you, we fly in the school friggin' private plane, to matches with the aerospace program. So we've got a lot of things going for us.
Yeah, my thing too is your sustainability, how you've done this, and what people see is what they show up and watch 250 people come gather. That didn't start overnight for you.
Yeah.
So
I'm a dog. I'm shaking, as I tell you, I'm shaking all the trees and I'm looking under all the rocks for guys, and then once I get them, we're developing them, both as a person and as a player, and that's it. And if nobody's going to work harder than I'm going to work, and so Chris Massaro and Dr. McPhee, the pressure that I put on myself is nothing. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. The pressure that Chris Massaro and Dr. McPhee put on me is nothing compared to the pressure that I put on myself to be successful. And I think it comes from my father. The guy was the chief technology officer for Wells Fargo Bank and the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And the guy would take the 4 a.m. train to work every day. And so, that's where that comes from.
Well, I knew Ross Bradley said several years ago that you and I needed to get together. And I do truly appreciate you coming on my show. You guys, next match, let's talk. What next home match, when they can come out?
Yeah, this week's kind of weird because it's spring break for us, but we're actually playing a very strong nationally ranked Yale team on Wednesday. But it's earlier in the day, so unfortunately I'm not expecting much of a crowd because it's noon, and Yale basically came down to this area for spring break, but we also play in the evening that day at 5 o'clock, Alabama A&M. That's Wednesday. But the really thing, if you don't mind me plugging, we are hosting the Conference USA tournament, men and women. Yeah, it's only I think this is the third time we've gotten to host in my 16 years, and men and women, we're doing a big men's tennis and women's tennis alumni reunion, getting a bunch of them back. Coach Dale, hopefully, and Miss Ava, and that's a big deal. We're playing for a championship, and so that's later in April 17th through 20. So always free to come, and so I don't want people worrying about thinking they got to pay for a ticket or something like that.
Well, again, Jimmy, I want to wish you the best of luck. I appreciate you coming on the show, and we're not going to wait 16 more years to have you back.
I appreciate you having me. Thanks so much. It's been fun.
Thanks.
When it comes to your child's health,
You want care that's close, convenient,
and centered around the needs of your family.
At MMC Pediatrics, we're more than just doctors.
We're partners in your parenting journey.
here for every growth spurt,
for every boo-boo,
every fever, and every flu.
Our team approach means that your child always sees someone that knows them.
We are MMC Pediatrics.
We are right beside you.
Every step of the way.
Lace up your best kicks for a night of impact benefiting First Shot. Join us for the annual Sneaker Ball presented by Venture Express. Spend Sunday, April 26th with NFL Hall of Famer and Super Bowl MVP Marcus Allen. The event kicks off at 6 with a VIP meet and greet at 5. Reserve your table today. Call Coach Andy Herzer at 615-631-5312. We'll see you at the Sneaker Ball benefiting First Shot on April 26th.
I'll be right there.
It takes all of us to power a community, both in plain sight and behind the scenes. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy